Chiefs begin their quest for a three-peat this weekend when they take on C.J. Stroud and the Texans. If the Chiefs win, they'll go to their 7th straight AFC Championship game. Dan, you again, are the Chiefs a lock against the Texans?
Absolutely not. A lock? No. Number one, this team hasn't blown out anybody. While they get it done, they haven't blown out anybody. They haven't really dominated anybody. I do think they're peaking. They're surging at the right time. The second thing is this. If you had to ask me, indifferent of the color, jersey, and the team, what defense is custom built to give this offense in Kansas City problems, I would tell you it's a defense that had really good edge rushers. Yep. Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson are freaking problems, and they got to play strapped up, sticky coverage with good ball skills. Lassiter and Stingley. So this defense in Houston is prime built. They're structurally sound with it. Like, they do the things that give Kansas City issues, and so lock by no means. I think this defense can keep Houston very much so in the game. I believe they can get after this offensive line that is playing better, but can get after them. They could cover them down. The only question I have in this game is, can Houston keep their offense, keep them in it? Like, their offense is going to have to find a way. Like, can they score 17? I think if they can score 17, this is a one-possession game in the fourth quarter.
You're not about to have me out here like Rex Ryan saying that it's a shoo-in they're going to win anything, because you're right. The Chiefs haven't exactly bull rushed anybody this year. But Patrick Mahomes is 6-0 in the divisional round, and we all know Andy Reid is real good on a bye, 29-5. Also, this Texas team a little bit, reminds me of that 2010 Seahawks team that was very overlooked, or underlooked rather, coming into the playoffs because they won a stinky division at 7-9.
Right.
And then what do in the first round? They surprised the world by beating the defending Super Bowl champs, Saints. Beastquake game, which was amazing. And then what do? They follow that up with the next week by playing a Chicago team that was a little bit more poised, had more experience, and they ended up getting boat race. They remind me of that a bit. But I'm with you in that I think the key for the Texans here is they've got to be able to score, which is why I think one of the most important players on that field is going to be Trent McDuffie and knocking down or locking up Nico Collins. He is clearly the only.
That's your homework.
He is clearly the only person that C.J. Stroud wants to and can go to. We certainly saw that in their first game. He's going to be integral to making sure that they remove the one threat that C.J. has.
I like.
Steven?
About 2.5 hours ago, in our morning meeting, I made sure everybody understood that I said, I give the Texans 0 chance. They ain't winning this damn game. I'll modify that.
Why?
I'll increase their chances in this regard. If Jawan Taylor stinks up the joint, he's the 3rd most penalized lineman in the National Football League. Got about 17 different damn penalties this year, okay? If that brother shows up and looks like hot garbage, you got yourself a problem, okay? Outside of that, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Now, I understand that Patrick Mahomes has been sacked 36 times this year. I understand that it's compromised their offense to some degree because their pass protection hasn't been elite. You got to get rid of the ball quickly, and obviously that's compromised your ability to throw the long ball. I get all of that. I understand it, but it's Patrick Mahomes that we're talking about here. It's Travis Kelce that we're talking about here. It's Andy Reid. You brought up Andy Reid and that 29-5 record. Once we got some rest. Do you know that this man, in his coaching career, 42% of the times he's coached in the conference championship game? The man doesn't lose divisional playoff games. He doesn't lose them. I mean, he just shows up. He just shows up. And so when I look at that, and then I think about Houston, and I'm saying, I love me some C.J. Stroud. He don't have Stephon Diggs. He don't have Tank Dell. I'm like, I know Nico's that dude. I get it. But is that going to be enough? And, oh, by the way, then I get to look at Chris Jones, who, by the way, they talk about they engaged in full practices this week and all this stuff. Brothers had about 3 weeks rest. Everybody healthy. Everybody spry. Legs are fresh. And this dude has recorded 62 pass rush wins this season, more than any other defensive tackle in the National Football League by a mile. So he's going to get to C.J. Stroud. And I'm just saying, how you going to handle this at Arrowhead Stadium? It ain't like they playing in Houston. And the meteorologist, Molly, she broke it down at the beginning of the show, talking about what the weather conditions are going to be in Buffalo. Well, I don't know what they're going to be in Kansas City. I just know it ain't the same as it would be in Houston. They're going down.
Listen, I
think
Kansas City wins the game. I'll be clear, but I don't think this is a beatdown just because I had too much belief and respect and appreciation for how good Houston's defense is. I didn't say a blowout.
I didn't say a blowout. I said I give them 0 chance to win. They're not winning. I don't think they're going to. There's no way in hell Houston's winning this game. That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't give you points.
Getting played in the locker room today.
Yeah. I didn't get play it. Play it. Listen, I'm a man.
CJ Stroud. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I'll come on. Listen, I've been wrong before. It ain't much. But it is a rare occurrence. And when I'm wrong, I man up and I admit it. I admit it. It will not happen this weekend.
Was this made up in your own mind that you're not wrong much?
Who told you that? Who fed you that narrative?
I have statistical information to back it up.
From your research.
I'm right at least 95% of the time.
By your own people that you
I'm right at least 95% of the time. At least 95% of the time.
95%.
Fact check.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Fake news.
Absolutely.
Fact check.
Oh, there's nothing about my news that's fake. That's why. Hold on, Molly. It's not only not fake news. It's not fake news because it's me. And I approve that message.
Okay, there you go. Stephen A., it's about as fake as that water behind you right now. All right, let's do it.
You're on a heater today so far, Molly.
It's not fake.
It's not? Oh, it's not? Okay.
That's real?
Okay, cool story, bro. The Chiefs are favored by 8. So yesterday, Stephen A. had a big-time guest on the Stephen A. Smith Show. Elle, you're going to have to go on there soon. Stephen A. Elle just wrote another book that's going to be coming out, so you'll be having to bring her on the Stephen A. Smith Show.
You got to come on, too. Don't just put it on her.
Stephen A., I am never coming on your show because I already know the stuff you want to talk about, and it ain't happening big time, all right? Now, let's get to
either I'll talk to you or I'll talk about you. It's your call. Go ahead.
I am your TV partner of nearly 10 years, and I don't say boo, and I always have your back. You will not
and
talk
I always
about
have
me.
yours. And I will have yours. That don't mean I ain't going to talk about you. I'll just have your back while I'm talking about you.
Is this you trying to threaten me to get on the
slide out of the shot?
Are you trying to threaten me to get on the Stephen A. Smith Show pretty much? He's trying to bully me. I get what's happening. No, but in all seriousness, Stephen A. talked to Travis Kelce, which is a very big deal, and about his future if he's considering retiring. Take a listen.
It changes every single day, man. I love everything that I'm doing in this building, but at the end of the day, I'm not having that extreme success on the field as I have individually, man. But I'm excited. I'm excited for these next couple games to play up at Arrowhead to finish this season off. And I'll reevaluate it like I always do, and I'll probably tell myself how much I love this thing, and I'll come back next year.
Well, we know he doesn't have to worry about money. Dan, tell me this. What is Kelce?
Jeez, dude.
Seriously. He's done very well in his career, and some of his friends have as well. What is Kelce still capable of on the field?
Oh, Kelce's more than capable of being the difference maker. I think he's got one great run left. I think if he goes and has that vintage Kelce performance, which I fully, 1, think he's capable of, and 2, will do, and they go on and three-peat, I think retirement becomes a very real thing for Travis Kelce. There'd be nothing else to accomplish. He'd be arguably the greatest tight end of all time. He would be the tight end that was part of the only three-peat in the history of the NFL. He's obviously later in his career. I don't think there'd be anything left, and I think that he's got one elite, great difference maker, vintage, oh my gosh, he did it again, run left in him.